It's Dr. Durst, and I specialize in regenerative medicine and sexual wellness, and I am the founder of Revitalize MD. Today, I wanted to talk about menopause and cardiovascular health and what we can do. Menopause isn't all about hormones. Menopause also isn't a transition. It's a phase. It's a phase of life that women go through. And perimenopause is the transition phase that leads up to menopause. And that can expand a 10-year period prior to menopause. But that's the window when a lot of things can happen in a woman's body. The hormones are fluctuating. So we can see changes that are behind the scenes. But what's happening is everyone is framing it based on symptoms that might happen. And we all have been through that. So the hot flashes that pop up out of nowhere, the brain fog, the word-defined issues, the low energy, the low sex drive, some weight changes, body composition changes, things that are happening that just don't have you feeling like yourself. You don't feel like yourself in your own body any longer. Those are the symptoms. That's how we're framing menopause. But honestly, we need to talk about things that are going on behind the scenes because it's really the whole body that is being affected. And that can be, again, vascular function. So those hot flashes, there's some vascular insufficiency there, metabolic changes, some weight gain, neurologic changes, that brain fog suddenly out of nowhere, but mitochondrial dysfunction. That's the powerhouse of the cell. So that's where all of your ATP or energy is made. And that significantly declines in menopause as well. So there's many changes that are happening in perimenopause, which is a large transition phase of a woman's life before she enters menopause. And so that is when the symptoms happen. That is sometimes when the risk is happening, the risk of developing diseases. As our hormones decline or fluctuate, we get some inflammation in the body, and then diseases can develop. We need to catch things early in perimenopause. And just to give you some stats and to put this in perspective, menopause, again, there's 300 million people in the US, and there's about 150 million or so, 150, 160 of women. And about 75 million of those women are either in perimenopause and menopause. And frequently what you'll hear is postmenopausal too. But really, again, menopause isn't a transition, but it's also not a point in time. So when we stop making estrogen as women, then we enter menopause, and that's where we live out the rest of our life, is in menopause. So 75 million women in the US in perimenopause or menopause, and about 6,000 women each day enter menopause. That's a significant portion of women. Next, we want to kind of talk about cardiovascular health in women and what happens with a woman as she's going through perimenopause or menopause when it comes to heart disease. Well, if we just think about heart disease, period, 1 in 3 women will die of cardiovascular disease. That's more than any type of cancer. We already have a lot of women going into perimenopause and menopause kind of unaware of the behind the scenes physiology that's happening during that phase and what can be happening to their cardiovascular system. And even if 1 of 3 die of cardiovascular disease, just know that exponentially increases once a woman reaches menopause. And again, about 50% of women in menopause will have some form of cardiovascular disease. So what is happening with the body to make that happen? Well, estrogen actually plays a big role in the endothelial function. That's the lining of the blood vessels. That's what helps it relax or constrict to control blood flow. And it makes that lining, that endothelial lining, healthier. So the blood flow is good, therefore you have oxygen and nutrient delivery, blood pressure regulation, but just the endothelial health and the blood vessel health. And nitric oxide is a gas, it's a signaling molecule that plays a big role in cardiovascular health and endothelial health. We need to know that decreases with age too, and that's one of those things that's happening behind the scenes. So what we want to do is figure out how we can support that nitric oxide production and therefore vascular health to lower the risk of cardiovascular disease in women. Estrogen plays a crucial role with that. And again, obviously, estrogen optimization is one of those things that women can look at, but that depends on the woman, it depends on the provider. And again, that's just one option. But what if a woman isn't quite there yet, doesn't know whether she wants to take hormones or can't take hormones? What can she do to support that nitric oxide production in cardiovascular health and vascular health? Well, you can actually take a supplement in Berkeley Life, the menopause and cardiovascular health product, which is a new product of theirs, actually gives the woman an opportunity to have a supplemental form of nitrates, which are nutrients that support nitric oxide production. But Berkeley Life has had a product for both men and women they've used, but it didn't have any ingredients in it that could support hormonal health. Now it does. It has a bee pollen extract in one of the capsules that actually will help with hormonal support. Those hot flashes, symptom control, because we kind of framed menopause as if it's symptoms all along. But again, now we're talking about those behind the scenes. But what if you can get a product that does both, that actually will improve your symptoms, but also supports your vascular health behind the scenes? But it also helps. Nitric oxide doesn't just help just the vessel wall. And again, cardiovascular disease is important. You want your blood pressure good. You want your vessels working well. You want your blood flow to be healthy. But you also want the mitochondria to make energy and ATP. That's another thing that nitric oxide plays a role in. Brain health is another thing that nitric oxide plays a role in. There's all kinds of neurotransmitters and messaging signals in the body. Nitric oxide supports all of that. It is a messenger molecule that plays a role in many systems in the body. So if you can take a supplement that is going to support your nitric oxide production, and it does it by providing the nutrients necessary for nitric oxide production in the body, which then works on all those different symptoms to improve, or all those different pathways to improve physiology in the body, but also your symptoms. And so this product does that. Now we have a product that gives you all the nutrients to support the nitric oxide production, but now has another ingredient, and actually has a couple more ingredients. Curcumin is one of those that helps control inflammation in the body, and so also helps support that inflammation that rises when our hormones decline. This product does both of those, supports the physiology behind the scenes, but helps the symptom control. So if you're on hormones or if you're not on hormones, this is one supplement that you can take that helps to keep your body healthy, to keep you without symptoms. And so that, again, low energy that pops up, the mood issues that happen where we have a short fuse when we hit perimenopause or menopause, we're not sleeping well. There's lots of things that happen, and this product can help you make you feel like yourself again. There'll be a link in the description about this product and how you can buy it with a code and a discount code. I would highly recommend that you try it. It made a tremendous difference in how I feel. And hormones or no hormones, this is nitric oxide, and it has effects in every aspect of physiology, and it keeps your body healthy as we enter that phase of perimenopause or the menopausal phase that we live out the rest of our lives. So women, think about this product. Let me know if you have any questions, and I think you should give it a try.